Hey, this is Laidback Luke. And you're in tune to Evo and RST.
Greetings from London, Mr. Laidback Luke. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I actually just returned from an American tour, so I'm still pretty confused time-wise, but I'm doing very good, thank you.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. Now, you will be gracing the decks at London's hottest spot, Matter, tonight. No doubt you're looking forward to it. What can the clubbers of the capital expect from your set?
Well, I heard so much about Matter, and I was actually really anxious to come and play, so I'm really happy with that. I'm not sure what for me it's also a surprise what to bring, because I always try to adapt to the crowd, but I'll definitely bring some new hot album tracks I'm working on, and a couple of new bootlegs, of course.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to that already, Luke. Now, your favourite pastime was as a graffiti artist. What inspired you to turn the tables and get into music?
Well, actually, I got caught at one point doing my first graffiti outside of my bedroom, actually.
Yeah.
And we were with a crew, and one guy of the crew got caught, and so I got caught as well. And after doing my time with the police, like a charity punishment or something, like a community service, I had to do like a couple of days of that. I thought maybe it would be better for me to dive into the music.
Okay, cool. So you could say music was your rescue.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with it, but hindsight speaking, it certainly was a rescue for me.
Okay, well good, I'm glad. You've had much success, of course, with big tracks like We Can't Get Enough, Otherwise Then, Hypnotize, and loads of remix work. But Show Me Love was a joint of late that made waves worldwide. Can you tell me how this track came around?
Yeah, it really was a growing process, because Steve Angelo and I made the track called B. A young Dutch producer called Hardwell thought it was a funny joke to mash the two up with Mobin Master's version of Show Me Love. Yeah. And when I heard the mashup the first time, I thought, this is actually like a really silly joke. But I tried it on the floor anyway, and it went off like crazy, and I was like, oh, Steve has got to hear this. And so we actually sent it to a lot of big colleagues around, and it instantly became a hit. And it kind of developed in a way that people at one point started to rip off the bootleg and made it their own version. So at one point Steve and I said, well, we have to make this official now to stop people from ripping us off.
Yeah, so in fact DJs were bootlegging the bootleg.
Exactly.
Yes, well, I'm sure you're aware there's countless mixes of B out there.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
The thing with the internet generation now is it's really only good promotion, and because we have been playing the original bootleg such a long time, people already knew our names, and every time they heard a bootleg, they stuck our name to it anyway. So yeah. We were really happy with the first result, but it became a bit tricky when people put it up in the charts and just put their own name out there.
Yeah, of course. Now, you are very individual when you take to the decks. Can you tell me what defines your style apart from the other DJs?
I always say I'm a mixture of the typical Dutch sound meets the Swedish sound, and I do have like a Daft Punk background, and I incorporate a lot of my hip-hop roots in there. So it's a kind of a mash between all that.
A mix mash, we say.
A mix mash, yes.
Of course, paying homage to your label, Luke.
Yeah.
Now, who would you most like to work with in the studio?
I think one of my dreams would be like either make music with Daft Punk or either make music with Timbaland. And I've been doing a lot of like really cool collaborations lately. For instance, I'm doing demos for a couple of really big American artists at the moment. I'm working on David Guetta's album. So when it comes to collaboration, a lot of my dreams came true. But Timbaland and Daft Punk would be like, after that I could die.
You'd be a very happy man indeed.
Yeah.
Now, keeping you in the studio, Luke, what piece of kit can't you live without?
I think just the most important thing would be my laptop, because I do everything on my laptop, really. I don't really have any analog gear, whereas I'm basically like an old school producer. I used to have like tons of kits laying around. But nowadays it's just a laptop, and without the laptop there wouldn't be the studio. So.
Okay, so you don't use any external modules or, you know, compressors?
No, everything's internal.
Wow, certainly a producer of the digital revolution.
Oh yeah, very much.
Now Luke, I hear you're a bit of a kung fu expert. Would you consider taking to film and being today's, say, Bruce Lee?
That would be nice. Well, sometimes people say I look a bit like Keanu Reeves as well, and I always try to do some Matrix stuff when people say that, but well, I'm not sure. You know, I'm really better at DJing than I am in Kung Fu, which I spent too less of time. You know, I don't have enough time to practice properly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've been a martial artist all my life, really, and I just love to keep myself healthy with it.
Yeah. So head to head against Jet Li, who would win?
Oh, Jet Li, for sure, hands down. Yeah, he's a way better actor anyway.
Okay, so we may see you on the big screen, we may not?
Probably not, but if it would be a big screen, I would prefer being there as a DJ.
Okay, cool. Now, another album's on the way, collaborations with more prolific producers such as David Guetta. What else does the future hold for Laidback Luke?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I think I'm just here. I feel I'm here to keep the house music alive and to pass it on to a fresh new generation. For instance, people like Bart B. Moore and Afrojack are coming straight out of my talent corner on my forum, on my website.
Yeah.
And I'm basically training people to become better producers and better DJs. And for me to be like in that position that I can guide the next generation is just amazing to see, and how that develops. So that's it.
Yeah. So giving something back is a future objective for you?
Yeah, because I got so much joy and pleasure and passion out of house music, and it's amazing to be able to give that back to young and aspiring people.
Well, I must say that's very commendable indeed, Luke. Now, do you have a message for your fans here in the UK?
Really like to thank the crazy UK people for their support and their enthusiasm. It's wicked.
Okay, cool. I'm sure they appreciate it. Now, Luke, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you.
Well, thanks for having me.
And we look forward to seeing you at Matter tonight.
All right, thanks a lot. Bye. Take care. Bye.